Peace, love, and power. It's a great day, another day of breathing the life of the Creator that has blessed you with the breath of life. And I just like to say to us, it's a brand new day to deal with our trials and tribulations and development, growth and development of us as individuals so we can connect collectively in the essence of building infrastructure of unity, unity of understanding and of peace and love and economical stability and overcoming the idiosyncrasies that affect our community in a negative way. This is an everyday process. An everyday process of growth and development within ourselves so that we can extend that growth and development in our communities, the community of life, developing a mind change, a mind-changing disposition in order to be of help to each other in a positive, strong way, and be an example, because what people see mostly is what affects them. If they see a person that was one way in a lot of negative energy or whatever, and see them in another way, or her in another way, through their growth and development and becoming more in line with peace and harmony, development of growth, that taking them out of one perspective of life that people have seen and know of them and takes them into another realm of that same life, and people will say, wow, or what happened? What happened to you? You changed. It's a natural change, a divine change, based on an innate character that's in each and every one of us to be in harmony, in a mode of harmony, overcoming idiosyncrasies or characters or personality traits in us that's been picked up from example of other things that, other people, programming or whatever. But we got to take control of our being. And when I was astro traveling, this quote came back to me, or came back. Yeah, it did. I brought it back mentally. It's, what is it? Healing, healing my mind. Healing, mending my mind. Healing, mending my mind. For whatever I'm going through in this world is a healing process that we got to go through. We got to mend our ways that we have been going through. And it's all in the mind. The mind is the reality in this realm through the spirit of understanding who we are. But the mind is that power, that motor that generates our actions through the conscious. The mind is the physical thing to keep us like, them thoughts we have, what type of thoughts we may generate in our mind to activate a certain behavior in us, a certain way that we carry ourselves. We want the best personality and character to generate from us so that other people can see that and see that example in us. So that it be like an energy or whatever, or that we can influence other people in a good way. And it's a way that we need to be part of the same growth and development, in sync with each other, and development in our community, in our neighborhoods. And this is what we got to do. We got to do that no matter what anybody else is doing, no matter whatever is happening, because we know that we are a target. We are target because we who we are. We can't let that stop us from any progress that we can make. And we got to do this wholeheartedly for our welfare, our social welfare, for the growth and development of our children, the protection of our elders. We got to do this with a sincere heartbeat. We got to do this with a sincere mindset. We have to be sincere in our actions, in our relationships, and on a personal level, on a communal level. We have to do this and be this. We have to be that example, not of an egotistical, self-centered, arrogant type of disposition. Nothing wrong with confidence. Nothing wrong with that. But don't never think the world spins around you. The world spins around the sun. And I just want to say, we just got to do this in love. Develop self-love. We got to develop self-love for yourself so that you can express that love and that energy can flow out of your being and touch other people. See, we got to understand the energy, frequency, and vibrations that we walk with can be felt by those around us, those we come into contact with. Even before we say something, it's a feeling that people feel. That's an energy. It's a divine energy that we got to know exists. It's synergy, vibration, and frequency that naturally we give off. It's like a say aroma or scent, like those oils people wear. You smell that before you see the person or whatever, or you smell it and you say, "What's that you wearing?" The same thing with the eternal growth and development. Man, what's going on, man? You look so happy, you feel so, and stuff like that. But if we connect as brothers and sisters through this energy, the synergy of peace and understanding of development, personal development, along with community development, no matter what's taking place in this political arena, in this quagmire, deceptive maze that we be in, we have to be the light that shine for each other. We have to be the guides for each other, the connection for those who need a helping hand. This to show love, man, love and appreciation. If you show people love, then they can feel that love and make a change. But we gotta look in the mirror at ourselves and be part of this counterbalance. We have to be a counterbalance to what's happening in society, and being a positive counterbalance so that we can be helpful in each and every way that we can. There's a lot of stuff going on, but we as a people must not accept a mentality or a label that been placed upon them. Because if you just accept what's being said about you, then you're gonna become that. You're gonna be comfortable in that. And we got to overcome that. People that let people validate them. You can't let nobody validate you. You must rise above any perception that somebody else have of you. You rise up in a positive way. That's why we gotta, as individuals, I want to speak to our brothers that's on the corner or whatever, wherever they may be at. And, you know, they are strong individuals, very intelligent individuals. I would say, taking a way out of an easy way out, because it may be more easier for them to, or believe that it's more easier to, you know, do the things they do in the arena of like negative energy or hustling or whatever, and they, because it's say like easy money, because it ain't easy money. It's money that's tainted. It's tainted in the essence that the way you have to get it, the things you have to do, the hurt and pain that come along with it. We got to overcome that, and we can get around that. Whatever reason you may do it for is a reason on the other side that you don't have to do it, and you can do it another way. You can be an entrepreneur. You can work on the, you know, not slave, but sharecrop the clock, because that's what it is. We got to sharecrop the clock. That way you won't have the all the pressures of the activity of dealing with the street or whatever. And then you won't have the slave catcher in our community trying to catch you to put you on the plantation where you become a slave according to the 13th Amendment. We need y'all, man. We need them brothers, the young warriors. We need y'all on them corners all over the nation. Because I'm from D.C., I'm a Washingtonian, so I'm talking about the brothers on the corner here. Because you always got to clean up your house first. But it's an extension to all the houses across the nation, all the brothers across the nation. And I want to give much love to those brothers that are part of the Bloods and Crips and their activities. They came together in unity. And that's strong. That's very strong. And what's that brother named? Tusi Williams. He started that off. You know, they didn't give that brother a chance, man, to do more growth and development. He could have did more bringing the people together, especially in that section of the country, than anybody else in that realm over there. And that should spread across the country. I don't know what's happening in Chicago. Man, I don't think the brothers that's doing that, man. Almost 1,000 people died in 2016. 1,000 through that type of activity? I don't believe so. I don't know. I'm just saying, that's hard to believe. 700 people, man. That's like being at war. How can you be at war against yourself like that? That's why I can't believe it. I can't put my mind. I can't wrap my mind around that, man. Ain't that much drugs? Ain't that much money in the world, man? To be killing ourselves like that. So I believe it's some situations in there, another hand in that. I remember back in the 80s, I know when there was a high count of killing in D.C., I think it was up to 400 or something like that. And I used to have the thought, it couldn't be just us doing that to us, but it was a lot of us doing that to each other. But somebody else had to have their hand in it. And we don't know, like back then, we didn't realize like the body parts or the melanin. Never thought about checking for, the body parts then. But a lot of that now, in this era and time, somebody's killed or whatever, the body parts be missing and all that. But I believe that has a lot to do with it. It's not sane for us to have that much hate for each other. It's not possible. It's not possible at all. I can't believe it. We have a divine nature. I mean, I know we be out there doing what we doing, because I was out there one time, but it's a thing that you change, man. You have to change. It's your nature. We got to overcome it, and even though we know that it's by design from a demonic mind that has always been like that, but we can't keep pointing no fingers. Can't do that. We got to take charge of our lives. We got to take charge of our communities. We got to stand up and be men, brothers and sisters and families again. We got to be holistic in our approach. We got to develop institutions in our community, even though we're working inside, say, the matrix, and I'll say the political institutions or whatever. But that is an institution, and they got their rules and all that, and it's a process. The same process and time and effort that we put into that political arena, we must put in our living arena, where we live at, where we come in contact with each other in a natural process, in a daily process of growth and development, and overcoming all, these problems, personal problems that we have, idiosyncrasies, that's our personal problems, character defaults or whatever, and develop. What I'm gonna start doing is I need to talk to my brothers for myself, because there's a lot of things with me that I need to work on. That's why I think when I came back from astro traveling this morning, it stuck with me. Mind healing. Healing my mind, mending my healing my mind, mending my mind, mending my mind. That came back with me, and I gotta apply that. And I want to talk to some brothers, in a circle, which I will be doing this Monday, to bring out what I have in and take in what they have, to kind of circulate that in my psychic, and to say I can do more growth and development. My perception of things can maybe also render some situations or some growth and development in my brothers. But I need it also. What I say, what I speak, I had to develop mentally first. Then it comes through my I manifested in my voice to you, to the public, to this sphere, this realm, this in energies and frequencies and vibrations. But I hear it first. It developed first in the pyramid, the chamber in the pyramids of my mind and my spirit. And a lot of it comes to me through a divine frequency from my ancestors on. Because I proclaim that. I proclaim to be in sync with that. And I try to live my life with that, my concepts. What I say, I do. I do live my life, and what I say, I speak it into the existence. And my character, personality should show that. And on the same token, I got idiosyncrasies I got to work on as a human being in my relationships with people, my personal relationships. And it's a lifetime process of development, growth and development, to overcome those idiosyncrasies that's like in my conscious or subconscious mind, because it's always about growth and development. I'm not perfect. I reach for perfection. I reach for a spiritual essence. I reach for the deity in me. I reach for the understanding of my ancestors and what they left for me to be a better human being, to love my people, to love myself, to help my people see the love that's in them. If they reach out for it, reach in for it to affect what's out of them, outside of themselves. And I do this through, let me see, I do this by way of coming through the doors of like institutionalized religions. I do this coming through the door of Islam, practicing Islam, learning Islam, and then the door of Christianity, in a sense, not learning it like I studied Islam, but coming through that door, being saved and baptized recently. The Hebrew thing also, all and like the nation, that's Islamic, but they got their own flavor or whatever. But I like them brothers, love them brothers because of their discipline. They got the most discipline that I've seen, that's right there, that is shown in their character and personality. I see other disciplines in the church or whatever, but nothing like that I can see. I mean, as far as the drilling and all, that's part of the discipline. All of it's part of the family, the respect and all that. And that's my circle of development. And all of those doors I can walk in and to be accepted. But the greatest door that I feel is the universal door of spirituality. That's why I'm searching for African spirituality. See, I got to go black to the beginning to get to the now. Because why would I neglect my story? The story that takes me back or black to before these other institutionals, way of lives or religion even existed in the name that they exist. So to me, I say this in the most prolific way or most profound way that I can say it in peace and understanding, that I believe that Christianity, Islam, Hebrew, Judaism, all these major religions, they take away from, or they shortchange us. I'll say me, I'll just speak on me, but it pertains to us as a people. But I don't want to go across the board because this is me. This is my concept. But it's like they shortchange us because they don't want us to go black. How could you not go black to a time when we as a people existed in a city-state or environment that was established? It was established for years and years. And you try to, I don't know, they try, the people that who have control of putting information out and took all these religions and separate us as a people. But how can you deny yourself? How can you deny the story that is still there in evidence? Like the truth is written on the wall, It's etched in stone and it's still there. You can go there and see it. You can go to Kemet, You can go to Nubian, and it's still there. Like the greatest library that was on the planet, that is on the planet, is in Morocco. That's Northern Africa. And then the University of Timbuktu, or in Malat, Nubia. There's so much evidence that pertain to us that you want us to deny. You don't want us to say that's our story. You go to South America, you got the Amalek heads. Them was left for a reason. But that's us. They want to say it's a monkey or something like that. See, his lies are just, he not lying, or they not lying for a reason. They lying every season, thousands of years, season after season, generation after generation, to have veils over our understanding, over our minds and over our eyes, so we don't know who we are. They know who we are more so than we know who we are, a lot of us. I mean, here go another tidbit. And they got a dictionary called the Tamil, Tamil, right? And in that dictionary, the definition of black, you know what it is? It's a God, a deity. Not the God, but a God. So they don't want that information put out. So they want us to be in the situation that we in. See, when you have low self-esteem, no self-motivation, when you're injected with that information counter to who you are, then you're going to behave in a certain way. When you're being taught that your existence come from being in captivity, that you were, you didn't have a civilization, that you ain't have no, here you go, right here. You didn't have no democracy. You didn't have so I'll say, political organization. You didn't have none of that. That they the creators of that. How can that be? When we seen the Sirius star without a telescope. Our people did that. The Dungo in interior Nubia, Akabulan, a long time before the telescope was out. I can't put wrap my mind around how they did it, but it's done, and they have documentations of it that's scientifically accepted. Not only that, we built the pyramids. Can't wrap my mind around or put my hand on it, but we did it. Scientifically proven. And the thing about it, the pyramids is, we don't know how grandeur they are, the size of them. We just got a perception of it. See, they don't show us that because they control everything. Even the statues of the Sphinx and all that, them statues was huge. The stones in the pyramid was huge. We did that. Scientifically proven that those Amaleks in South America, we did that. The pyramids that's up and down the Colorado River and all that, that's there. They don't say nothing about that because they want to control our mind, our body, and our spirits, and we can't do that. We got to overcome that frequency and that vibration as a people united in the essence of the Creator. And we can't worry about anybody else at this time. We got to heal. We, as an ethnic group, got to heal. All melanated people must heal, especially us here in America. We got to overcome self-inflicted genocide. We got to overcome that. We got to educate ourselves. We can't let nobody validate us. We got to read. We got to read. We got to stop saying we can't read. We got to get that can't out of our system. We're divine people. We got to rise up in the light of divinity. I don't care what you is. You can be a Christian. You can be a Muslim, Jew, whoever. If you black, melanated, carbonated, then you're a divine person, and we must heal. We've been going through this thing generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. When does it stop? When do it stop? When do we stop killing each other for some money? When do we stop murdering each other for money? If it ain't money, it's a relationship. If it ain't a relationship, he stepped on my shoe, or it's some type of ego thing that we got to overcome, man. And sisters, we got to overcome that. I want to give a shout out to my brother, my good old brother, Malik El Farrakhan, with the ceasefire, don't smoke the brothers and sisters. Great individual, man. Great concept. The brother been doing this for years. I want to give a shout out to Ron Motor and Brother Jahar for the Peaceaholics and their great effort in bringing the youth together. I want to give a great shout out to all brothers and sisters. I want to give a shout out to my brother Stu Anderson, to his relationship with the brothers, helping the brothers and sisters that's incarcerated while they're in, and the families out here. I want to give a shout out to Brother Eric Weaver for the establishment of their returning citizen program that he is the CEO of. I want to give a shout out to all the brothers that's connected in this city. What is that? Rico, Brother Rico, and my other good brother, for that organization, for what they're doing and done. See, but all these people got to come together too, as a unified body, and let's do this thing in a unified manner. You can still have your seat at the table, but let's come together. That's the same thing for Islamic institutions, Christian institutions, Jewish institutions, Hebrew institutions, the nationalist institution, the conscious, universal mind institution. We got to do it as one body, not everybody separated. We got to come together as one. There's only one creator. And the essence of that oneness is where we grow from. Like Marcus Garvey said, one aim, one purpose. One aim, one purpose. If we do this thing together, unified, we'll break it down and build it up. That's what we're capable of doing. See, we're world changers. We can change this world overnight. Only way we do it is we break their divide and conquer Willie Lynch mentality. Because it's by the divine decree that we come together. It's by divine decree. Our ancestors ain't done what they did and left all these signposts for us. Malcolm and King was getting ready to come together. They knew that. Nothing, with that tidal wave there, that tsunami, what could they do? They couldn't do nothing to stop us as a people. And we got to realize that. We got to realize that in unity. We most definitely do. And with that, I'd like to say, start this day off. It's a day of rest, so forth, given to us. Not everybody rest. Some people still got to go on that, got to go work for a living on the plantation to sharecrop the clock. I don't mean nothing derogatory about that statement, but it's the reality. That's what we do. We sharecrop the clock for our wages. And that's just a term I use, and it's not negative. It's just a reality. Because if you don't do it that way, you try another way, you might really become a slave according to the 13th Amendment. So let's not allow them to enslave us mentally, spiritually, or physically. Because we are the divine people that we got to realize. And in our divinity, it's about growth, development, and connection. And I'm not just talking. I'm talking, but I'm not just saying empty words. Put it that way. My words are not empty. They hold value. Not because I'm speaking them, because the ancestors have spoken them, season after season. We have to break the generational curse. This is a good time to do that. It's a time where we've seen a rash of murders and no punishment for it. They go to court and it's like the time of black laws, Jim Crow, go in there and like smoking a cigar, putting their feet up on the rail and walk out to court. Because it's the mentality, it's the spirit of that social narcotics of white supremacy and institutionalized racism, and you got to wake up and know that's a reality. When you drink your coffee and stir it, remember that's a reality. And we've been going through it generation after generation, and some of us just accept it and say this is the way it is and this is the way it's going to be. Why? Because you've been addicted to that social narcotics. Some of us to the extent that, we're under robot control, or some of us to the extent that we sell our souls, to the extent that we become Negro pins. We become wanting to be like them so much that we forget about ourselves and our people because of the materialistic comforts, because of our new car and our big old house and stuff like that. Everybody wants that, but you don't have to sell your soul to get it. And with that, I say love somebody, show some love for everybody, especially us. We have to heal as a people together, unified on the principles of Kwanzaa, whatever principle you want to take for this day, but it's for every day. Just like our history is every day. Let's make history every day. I want to give a shout out to the effort of our Ward 8 Councilman Trayon White. His great effort of unifying and developing Ward 8 in an economical way, an educational way, in a homeless way, dealing with all those issues and dealing with our elders and our youth. That's a great effort being done with this young visionary. And I say that we of Ward 8, we need to get behind him and support him in every way and overcome the residue of anything else that was before. And let's get away from that. Let's get away from the self-inflicted bickering and all that. And not give him a chance. Just watch what he do. What is this, day 4, day 3, whatever it is. You always give people that first 100 days. Then give a report card. Let's do that. And while doing that, let's get behind him and support him. The whole Ward 8, not half or third or whatever. Not the old, not the young, but us all. Let's do it. Ward 8. We got to keep Ward 8 as Ward 8 and let it grow and produce and become this prolific community. But with the roots here, with the seeds here. Don't be pushed out. Only way we can do that is come together in unity. Entrepreneurship, education, and all that. Take a stand. Get behind this young man. And with that, then pray. Because in prayer there's power, and power is prayer. There's only one supreme being, so however you pray, make that prayer positive, a strong prayer for our people. Love somebody, motivate somebody. And we who in that mentality of hurting each other and being in the mindset that you got to pull that trigger, we ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do that. We can pool our resources, be harmonious to each other, come out that self-hate mentality, come out of that frequency. I know that, or we should know that It's a lot of frequencies and vibrations that's coming, that's affecting us, but we got to overcome that with our divine nature and be one love, one peace. Let's rise each other up. Let's control our communities so the slave catchers don't have to come in our communities. Let's protect our communities. Let's protect our women. Let's protect our relationships and our children. Let's do that in a united body through love, peace, and understanding. A greater love is a greater understanding. And we got to stop playing games, in our relationships and all that. We got to be real. We got to be men. We got to be women. We got to overcome that indoctrination of BET and the videos and all that and the reality TV and all that. Man, come on now. Let's love one another. Heal. Let's heal. The process of healing. Peace, power, and love for the people. And institutionalize harmony. Become peacemakers, not peace breakers. Be world changers. And let's change our world first. We change the world behind the world that we live in. And overcome all the powers that be that sends that negative energy in our realm. And with that, love somebody, motivate somebody, hug somebody, so that we can lift each other up in one love, one essence, and pure energy with the love of the Creator. One Creator. Peace, love y'all.